guys, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Yvonne and I share hairstyle tutorials, product reviews, and everything you need to make sure you do not wonder what your next hairstyle is. Today I'm showing you how I achieved this super cute and trending Fulani braids with human hair crochet pixie curls, and the style is giving soft, effortless, and protective all at the same time. And the best part is beginner friendly and it doesn't take all day to complete. So let's get right into it. So let me tell you about the extension I used. I used the feather crochet braids extension from Likeable Wigs, and I used 2 packs to achieve this hairstyle, and it is 20 inches long and it is natural color. So this hair is 100% virgin human hair, Pixie Curls, and it is super soft, it doesn't tangle, and you can feel the quality once you touch it. The curls are really defined, straight out of the pack, and they give off that natural boho vibe, which I love. So let's go straight to the parting. To get this hair done, I divided my hair into 2 sections and focused on making tiny, detailed, beautiful braids in front and then regular cornrows at the back. I wasn't particular about making the cornrows at the back neat, but I needed to get my parts right for the front because that's what you're going to see, and that's really the beauty of Fulani braids. So what I do is I divide my hair into 2 sections to make sure I know where the middle is, and I decide what inspo I'm going to be using to achieve my braids in front. So for the inspo for this hair, I used Tyler's braids. I'm going to attach an image of that braid so you can see where I got my inspo from. So I use that to decide what kind of braids I'm going to make on both sides, how I'm going to do my curves, and what other designs I'm going to be adding. Now this is how you braid your hair by yourself. So look closely. For those of you that don't know how to cornrow, this is the finger movement. Once you've gotten it right, for one, you can achieve any other hairstyle, because this is literally the basics of hairdressing for yourself. Making the cornrow at the back of my head was not particularly difficult. The main thing I had in mind was I divided the braids in front into 4. So basically 4 braids will make one section, and then I will braid down, and I did that for the entire front of my head. I think I had about 5 or 6 braids at the end of this, and then I attached them at the back, and I used my crochet pin to secure it firmly so that it doesn't get loosened and all, because I didn't want to sew it down. But if you want to keep this in for like longer and not have to worry about whether it's secure or not, you can use a needle and a thread to actually sew down the back of your head, and then you can crochet your extensions on top of it. It's now time for me to show you how to install your crochet extensions into your braids. I'm sure this is pretty easy because a lot of people do it. We've done this before. We do this for a lot of hairstyles. So you basically pass your crochet hook through the braids, pick the extension, loop it and tighten it. Now the specific thing you need to note about this extension is that it is feather braid, which means the point where you loop is very tiny, which makes you avoid that problem with crochet, which is it forming like a huge knot or a lump on your scalp. You get to skip all of that and get really natural looking curls that look like they're coming right off your scalp. So you guys, what are you waiting for in getting this extension to achieve this style? I think this is like game changing for the babes that like to do crochet hair and avoid the stress of like going to a salon, or avoid the stress of having your hair sewn down. So yeah, this is basically that solution, and it's also very fast. So the whole of this might not even take you up to an hour to pass the crochet through your braids, and then you're done. Which takes us to the next step, where we basically define the curls and trim the hair. So I normally like to braid down the whole of my hair when I'm making a new hairstyle and not leave anything out for edges. But for this hairstyle, I've seen a lot of people leave out like a good amount of baby hair for their edges, and I've liked it, so I decided to try it out and it wasn't bad. The only downside to this is that when you leave out more hair in front of your hair tends to get rough quickly. So you lose that new hair feeling in a couple of days, as opposed to if everything was neatly braided and it's over time it decides to start coming out for you to start making baby hairs. So the next thing I do is use my water mixed with conditioner to define my curls. So the reason is that I hadn't washed the curls before I installed them, and it's advisable that you at least wash it in cold water. You don't need to use shampoo or anything, just dip it in cold water and wash it in order to get off that factory smell. I used my spray bottle to do that. Then I apply the leave-in conditioner, because it's human hair. Treat it like your hair, and it's going to love you, and it's going to stay longer for you. So I applied that, then I brush out the curls, because yeah, the curls come in very bouncy, very lovely, but I wanted to get it to look fuller because it's a longer length. If you're not careful, it can look a little bit scanty. So I brush it, I also trim it, and I get what I like. So you guys take my advice.
Twizy, bounce the clip.
So here's my word for you. If you're looking for a low tension, versatile, protective style that's perfect for summer, brunch dates, or even vacation looks, this is it. You can get the Pixie Curl extension from Likeable Wigs, and don't forget to use my code YK30 for 30% off. Yes, 30% off. So you can click the link in the description box to shop, and then let me know what you think of the final look in the comments. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me at Von Luz on Instagram and TikTok for more content like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, loves.